Hey there, boys, girls, and those beyond the binary. My name is ZenkoSolo, and today I'm coming at you with a bit of a channel update. I understand that my audience likely isn't large enough and most people aren't going to care, but I like keeping people in the loop about what's going on. So I've talked a little bit about my personal life before, and some of you may already be aware of this, but when the channel first started, I was in the middle of looking for a job, and fortunately, I did end up finding one within the time of that first video and now. Sadly though, the situations aren't exactly ideal, as I was already a full-time college student and on the honor roll in the communications department, which basically means in addition to having to keep my grades at a very high level, I also have to communicate with different people, establish connections, and hopefully one day thrive in my field. That was already a lot, but now I have a full-time job, a job that just so happens to be 2 miles away from my house, and my only means of transportation is my feet. So now, ever since I got my job, pretty much every day I work, I have a 7-hour shift, a 45-minute closing period, and then a 2-mile walk, which is 9 hours and 45 minutes of my day just gone like that. Currently, my schedule is get up, go to college, which is about 6 o'clock, get back home at around 10:45, try and take care of as many things as I have, which involve responsibilities I'll get to in a minute, and then at 1:45 I start walking to my job, in which I won't get back until around 11:45 at night. I'm walking 2 miles in the dark every single day at this point, and it does not matter if it is raining outside or if it's cold. I'm just, shit out of luck. I gotta do what I gotta do. Now, all of this is already a lot to keep up with, but it gets even worse once you realize I'm only really operating on about 5 hours of sleep every day. I don't really have any time to cook for myself anymore, which is excellent. And on top of that, I live with control freak parents who expect $500 of my minimum wage paycheck every single month, in addition to sending me to bed at 8 o'clock, so I'm not able to record any videos at, the time I get home. In other words, the window of time for me to record pretty much anything just so happens to coincide between 11 and 1, which is around a 2-hour window, but it doesn't take into account any college work I have to do or responsibilities that thereof. So in other words, I want you to take all of that information, comprehend it for about 5 seconds, and come to the realization that I basically have no time to do pretty much anything anymore. If I don't do the responsibilities at home, I get kicked out of the house. If I don't go get the job money to actually pay the rent that they're asking me for, I get kicked out of the house. And since the window of time is so small and I'm not allowed to talk past 8 p.m., then that means I can't really record either. So unfortunately, I just don't have any time for this anymore. Even though my videos are relatively minimalistic, in order to actually see them to completion, what I'll have to do is I'll have to record the audio, edit it down, actually apply filters to it so it doesn't sound like shit, go get B-roll of some specifications, make a thumbnail, do all that shit, and usually takes 3 hours, with 3 hours being less than the time I have to go to work. So if I'm tired or have anything going on, I just can't upload at all that day, and hence now we're here. So that all being said, I'm gonna have to try and do something else, anything else. And the thing is about me, right, is that I am a creative person. I'm literally in school for film, and I don't just want to give this up so liberally, as I do enjoy what I'm doing here. What I think I'm going to do is, I have a VTuber model that's slated to be finished here very soon, probably towards the end of the month. It really just depends on if my buddy is sick or not. She has a lot of problems. It doesn't really matter, but it is what it is. And when that model is done, and I have that all set up, operating, and good to go, I think what I'll do is I'll start streaming on Twitch, which is just, twitch.tv/ZenkoSolo, but I might use my old I'll let you guys know when I do. And that way, if I want to talk about something for a video, I can just talk about it on stream and then convert that into the actual video itself. It's sloppy, and I know it's probably not going to end up being as good as what I usually do, but it's the only way I can achieve that work-life balance. Because the current predicament puts me in such a spot where I can either not upload at all, or I can upload something while also being able to communicate with my audience in a way that I otherwise would not be able to, in addition to still being able to, fucking play the game I'm talking about. Sometimes in life, you just can't really have your cake and eat it too. You gotta make sacrifices. That's part of what being an adult is, and this is a sacrifice I'm going to have to make. Maybe some of you won't like the change, and again, that's completely fair, but for the sake of me, that's just what I'm going to have to do from this point on. It also has the unique benefit of having the gameplay, the audio, and all that good stuff all in one convenient MP4 file. That way I can edit it on my own time without having to worry about doing a voiceover, you know, past my curfew. That's about all for me though. I was gonna make a video talking about, you know, the Spider-Man buffs back when it was leaked, but I had to record the video 3 separate times because every single time I did, new information came out or I didn't like the old one, and now it's just official news, so I can't use any of them. I was gonna talk about character changes as well and just general stuff like that, but unfortunately, it looks like I'm not gonna be able to do that right now. So, alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna be all from me. I got things I gotta take care of. Hopefully you guys will take care of yourselves, and until I feel like coming out here again, I will see you all around. Farewell.